What's up, y'all? It's your Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, how about some more System of a Down? One of your favorite bands that you used to rock out to when you were a tomboy before you became a supermodel. Goes to show you everyone can turn their something around. I haven't heard this song. I don't think you've heard this song either, so this will be the first time for both of us. A System of a Down song you haven't heard before. I don't think it's one of their biggest songs, but nonetheless, people say it has a huge impact on them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's unlike their other songs. That's what people are saying.
I feel like I can relate to this one too, even
Lonely
for the
Day.
title.
You know, I've actually
Lonely
realized
Day.
now, we've now listened to a number of music artists. It does feel like a lot of bands will have one song about that feeling of desperation, loneliness, isolation, which just means like it's just a common thing among humans to feel. And it doesn't matter how popular you are. It doesn't matter if you actually even are surrounded by people. You can literally be in a bus full of people and still feel lonely. And I actually think it's worse. Like, I've been reading up a lot about this, and it's actually something top of my mind because I do feel that a lot too. And you've now expressed, like, even in our marriage, you feel alone. Like, you can't relate with me sometimes, or even when we're together, there's sometimes that loneliness. And it's because we live in a generation now so caught up with life online, and it doesn't substitute for real connections.
That's right.
Right? We sit there, we eat dinner together, but are we really talking to each other? No.
You're on your TikTok all the
You're
time.
on your TikTok all the time. Well, you blaming me. At least I share my TikToks with you. I'm like, baby, let's watch this together. At least I'm trying to share the moment. I'm blaming me. That's why you're alone.
I got it first.
My point is this. The younger generation have it much worse off. Because
That's
they
right.
grew up on this lifestyle. And
It's very hard for them to socialize.
to become, yeah. And to the point where they think that, well, I need to substitute it more with online sort of happiness, like becoming a YouTuber or a TikToker or Instagrammer, and they end up finding out they're even more lonely. So let's put down the TikToks for dinner, baby, and just feel the moment.
Stare at each other.
Stare at each other and laugh. No, we can talk about things. There's something to talk about.
I'm just kidding.
All right, let's hear the song, man. By the way, you want to hear some wicked wild stories about Vegas? You gotta check out my channel.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show.
If you're feeling lonely,
Ooh, I like the slow strum on this one.
Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day should be banned. It's a day that I can't stand.
honestly, I can already relate to this music video.
Even the beginning of the music video.
There's something about being on the road that feels so lonely. I don't know how people can say, like, you know, I love like road tripping and just driving and just feeling like nature and being well with your thoughts. Like, I could do that every now and then. I've done that. Like, I've traveled across country, but I've had jobs before where I would have to travel hours and hours on my own. And it's the loneliest feeling. Like, I can understand why music artists sing about loneliness when they're like on the tour bus because they're stuck. Even when they're around with all their bandmates, it's so freaking lonely. I know that feeling. It's the worst. I hate it.
The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. Such a lonely day shouldn't exist.
Oh, everything's on fire.
Day
I
that
know.
I'll never miss. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life. And if you go, I wanna go with you. And if you die, I wanna die with you. Take your hand and walk and it's mine. It's a day that I'm glad I survived.
Oh wow, that last line.
The day.
I'm so lonely, but I'm sure
It's
glad
the-
I survived the day.
yeah,
I'm like,
it's
what's
the
going
day.
through your mind if you're that lonely? Oh my God.
Different level of loneliness, I guess, John.
I guess so. Sometimes you're that lonely. You're just.
Even I, you just cry. Oh, definitely relate to this. I used to travel for my job as a vocalist, and I was in a band. So
That's right. You used to be on the road a lot more than I did.
Yes, that is true. So I definitely understand that loneliness of being away. I don't know anybody. Every time we go travel, I'm the only girl in the band. So feel my loneliness.
That's different though, actually. I don't. Okay, so I do think like a lot of bands sing about two things, which is loneliness about being on the road, but also missing home.
Oh.
Right? There's so many songs about like coming home or wanting to go home or familiar with that. I think what you are actually expressing is about that sensation, like missing that familiarity around the comfort around things that you are familiar with.
Yes, there's both, definitely. You feel
I mean, I'm sure,
lonely,
like, if you
and at the
have
same
both at the same
time, you
time,
do
yeah.
feel like you're
Together,
homesick
it probably makes it
or-
even worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it's amazing. As an artist, you just have to, the moment you're on stage, you play it well.
So in other words, it's all worth it for that
entertain.
moment.
Yes.
For that. How long did you used to sing for?
Definitely like hours. There's a lot of bands we played, let's say, 5 songs or 6 songs for each set.
Basically, for that hour of joy of being up there and performing, it's worth the hours and hours of being and days on the road.
I know,
then,
right? Yes. I mean, if there's something you love and you enjoy, yeah,
In any case, the song was good.
absolutely.
Very unexpected from this band.
From
the
this
most
band.
mellow thing that I've ever heard.
Right?
from them.
So, like mellow, soothing, emotional, heartfelt song.